Hello everyone, this is Fantasy Ask and welcome back to Season 2 of Royal Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had a recovery and a teeny tiny tummy ache for one of our cats. Now, today we are on the first turn of leaf fall, so now we're heading into the colder seasons, and it is moon 102. This is also, I'm pretty sure, the final moon that our little kitten, Fierce Kit, is going to be a young one before she ages up into an adolescent and becomes an apprentice, which means we're going to keep our eyes out for potential mentors for her. So guys, let's jump into the Leader's Den real quick, have a look at what's happening here. So it looks as though we have all of our allies under Queen Rainstar, which is really good. Onto events, and Ghostfeather has gotten Whitecough. The coughs, I have by this point learnt, are very dangerous, and it is not good to get it because I personally feel like it's a 50-50 chance of whether your cat survive the coughs or they don't. I think we've been lucky in a Royal Clan that the cough hasn't really gotten us, but in some of the other clans, the coughs can be quite dire. So fingers crossed Ghostfeather manages to recover from that. It's not going to be good if that persists through the cold season. Freeze's stomachache has left, so he was the one with the teeny tiny tummy ache. I'm glad that he's feeling better. And then Hemlock has finally gotten rid of all her fleas, and this is actually the first time that she will be like completely, entirely healthy. Because when our clan first met her and she was abandoned by her two legs, she had some sort of cough. I think it was Whitecough. And then she got sent over to Servant Clan. She had Whitecough all throughout. It was a green cough. She had one of the coughs. And then when she joined us in the grotto, when we elevated her to nobility, she kind of healed from that, but then she got tick. So she's never fully been healthy up until like this point, which is really good for her. Okay, so everyone seems to be in a pretty good mood, except for Ghostfeather, of course. So yeah, he's definitely not going to be going out on any patrols. Let's take a look at the Medicine Cat Den. Yeah, he's got the Whitecough, and everyone else is in good health. Freezefo was given mallow as treatment for stomachache, and then his stomachache healed or left. Hemlock was given plantain as treatment for fleas, and then she got rid of all her fleas, and then Hemlock could not find any herbs this moon. Look at that. She was kind of working hard if you think about it, because she was treating herself, but also treating, Freezeva. And now we shall take a look at their relationships. The clan has noticed Icicle Speck and Foxclaw are smiling at each other more today. Cool Runner surprises Icicle Speck with something nice, and we know that these two are mated to each other. When a clanmate passes by holding stinking herbs, both Flailstorm and Foxclaw gag. Flailstorm is irritated by Bearpelt's constant bragging. I mean, I would be too. Shining Stripe doesn't shy away from Icicle Speck's presence. Okay, I know Shining Stripe was starting to take a shine to Icicle Speck after like so long of whatever was between them being dead. And I take this as a sign of him kind of growing apart from his mate Garlic Glow, which is not too fun, but that is the way things are. Shining Stripe worries that the clan trusts Foxclaw more than him. Flare Freckle greets Bearpelt as he's exiting the Warrior's Den. So brother and sister having a bit of bonding. Flare Freckle is inspired by Cinnamon Tail's passion. Something good happens to Bearpelt and most clanmates congratulate him, but Queen Rainstar doesn't say anything at all. Okay, I wonder if something good was to do with Hemlock, and we know that Queen Rainstar has, I think, been paying a little bit too much attention to Hemlock. So even though she paired them, maybe now she started taking an interest. And so she's got conflicted feelings about that. Bearpelt, Rainstar, Queen Rainstar, and Foxclaw took a sunbath and had a little small talk. Cinnamon Tail guides Bearpelt to someone he is looking for. Inkfeather and Icicle Speck have a race. Icicle Speck wins. After the clan finds a strange object, Inkfeather notes that Freezefur has been a little too fascinated with it. Quill Runner and Shining Stripe had such a good time on a patrol that they came back late. Cinnamon Tail won't help Quill Runner fix his nest. Foxclaw and Freezefur keep making each other yawn. Foxclaw has been a little kinder to Fierce Kit today. Shining Stripe does something that makes Ghostfeather's day a little happier. When Ghost Feather gets a little hurt, Fierce Kid giggles before asking if he's okay. I mean, she's self-conscious, but her parents named her Fierce Kid with certain hopes and aspirations, and I feel like she's kind of living up to that. Freeze Fur and Cinnamon Tail have a race. Cinnamon Tail wins. Fierce Kid compliments Freeze Fur's name. Garlic Glow thinks Icicle Speck is being thoughtful of others. Foxclaw motivated Garlic Glow to get out of her nest this morning. Queen Rainstar purrs as Fierce Kid asks her to show her how to do a hunter's crouch. She obliges, happy to show her skills. And this is some mother-daughter spending time together, which is adorable. I keep forgetting that Fierce Kid is Rainstar's child. I keep forgetting. And Shining Stripes. When tucking in for the night, Queen Rainstar saw that Cinnamon Tail fixed her nest. Cinnamon Tail thinks that Freeze Fur looks nice today. Cinnamon Tail and Quill Runner had a fight over if they would take a new mate if one of them died or went missing. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure these cats are not connected to one another. In fact, I'm pretty confident. So that is wild. Maybe it was just like a fight of opinions, not necessarily to do with, them. Maybe it was just a clash of opinions. Because Cinnamon Tail isn't in a relationship, whereas Quill Runner is with Icicle Speck. And so they have vastly different opinions of how, one should react. River Whistle noticed that Cinnamon Tail wasn't in his nest last night. River Whistle got a bunch of cats up for morning stretches. They didn't like it. Hemlock can't understand why clanmates like Fierce Kid so much. Hemlock makes Fierce Kid do a tiring chore for the rest of the moon as punishment for something minor. Hemlock, you can't be mean to the one female kit we have just because you don't understand why everyone is so excited about her. She is the first female kit we've had in a long, long time. And fingers crossed, the only one, or the first one, after Flare Freckle, if you think about it, who's going to survive to adulthood. Please be nice to Fierce Kid. Because your children might be joining her rank soon. Fierce Kid can't stop thinking about the way Inkfeather glared at her clanmate. Okay, so yeah, this little one's not having too many great interactions with some of the cats. I'm pretty sure she was giggling at someone she was giggling at someone getting hurt, and then she's going ahead and some cats are not liking her, or the royal physician isn't liking her, and then making her do chores. And then she's getting terrified of the way Inkflood's glaring at other cats. Yeah, she's having a bit of a rough time. Okay, but that is all we have for events. Let's wrap up over here and move on to the cat list. Okay, time for us to continue with the cat list. Now, it seems as though today is going to be a very restful episode because the cats literally have no drama for us, guys. There's nothing for me to report in terms of relationships. But a quick reminder on our loyalties over here. Now, since we... Oh wait, no, we do have a matchmaking. I was like, since we don't have a matchmaking, no. Hemlock, Bear Pelt, come on, get in here. We need to do some matchmaking between the two of you. So Hemlock and Bear Pelt, let's see if we can improve relations between them today. And yes, platonic like, trust, romantic interest, respect, comfort has increased. Dislike and jealousy has decreased. So yeah, Hemlock, she's kind of maybe realizing that I think last time she was taking a bit of a break from all of the, bonding with Bear Pelt because she kind of noticed that the queen was interested in her and she didn't want the queen to kind of be disinterested too quickly. She was playing a little bit hard to get. And Bear Pelt, I think, was freaking out that Foxclaw's no longer in love with him. He had other things on his mind. They both did. But it seems as though now that Hemlock is, her cunning self, she's been reassured that the queen's interest is going to hold. Now she can go ahead and she can give a little bit of attention to Bear Pelt again and grow some of her own romantic feelings, because she knows that despite how the queen feels about her, the only way she is going to be kind of allowed to stay, or the only way she's going to solidify her place in the clan, is if she has her own litter with Bear Pelt. And then Bear Pelt, yeah, I think he definitely was feeling a little bit lovelorn. I think he needed some attention, and when Hemlock gave it to him, I think he got really, really excited. Because as much as Bear Pelt claims to love Foxclaw and Ghostfeather, I feel like Bear Pelt is a cat who's in love with being in love. So if he's getting, attention from Hemlock, he's gonna eat that up. So okay, it was a good time for them. Now let's go ahead and see what everyone's doing for the day. Queen Rainstar looks back on her life as a kitty pet, amazed at how different things are now. Garlic Glow leaps into a pile of fallen leaves. Hemlock knows exactly how to get herself out of a mess she orchestrated. Look at that. I kind of feel like it has a lot to do with the Queen's attraction to her. Icicle Speck roused the other cats awake at dawn. Inkfeather keeps watch over her clanmates at night. Shining Stripes saw a kitty pet with the fluffiest fur imaginable today. Flare Freckle refuses to take training seriously. Bear Pelt lies through his teeth. I'm telling you, when he says he's in love with Foxclaw and Ghostfeather, he is lying through his teeth. I think he's just in love with the idea of being in love. Whoever it's with, and with every cat, he declares that they are the only one that he loves. Cool Runner helps around camp in between his duties. Ghostfeather sharpens his claws. Foxclaw saw a two-leg petting a loner. Freezefur is not looking forward to the sparse hunting in Leaf Bear. River Whistle catches extra prey for Leaf Bear. Cinnamon Tail puffs out his chest, feeling secure with the space he takes up. Flillstorm got lost outside of camp for a bit today. And Fierce Kid is craving the taste of mouse. Ah, little one, soon you'll be old enough to go and hunt your own mouse. But okay, that is all we have for the cat list, so let's wrap up and move on to patrols. Okay, let's continue with patrols. We currently have 60.9 prey and we need 41.5. Also guys, on the note of prey, one of you lovelies recently commented on one of my Luminous clan episodes. So this is, a playlist for ClanGen that we had months ago at this point. But you were saying that apparently the size of our prey pile determines or increases the chances of our cats being attacked by rats. And I didn't even know that. I think Tanny was the viewer who commented, but honestly, I didn't even know that. What the heck? I thought this was completely a random event that happened where our cats got attacked by rats, but apparently, and I don't know how many of you guys knew this, because I didn't, after hundreds of episodes of playing ClanGen, but yeah, apparently the bigger pile of prey you have lying around in camp, then, the higher chance you'll have of attracting rats, and then your cats getting serious injuries because of those rats. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Okay, well, let's send out Hemlock, our royal physician, and see what she gets up to. As Leafall arrives, the blackberry plants burst into fruit, and Hemlock heads out to take advantage. Proceed. Careful now. Hemlock finds the blackberry bramble laden with berries. This is the season for blackberry picking, and time to leave the leaves alone in anticipation of the coming leaf bear. The berries are a poor substitute for the leaves, but a medicine cat has to think of the future. Now, am I misremembering, or do we not have blueberries? I don't know if blueberries are a thing in ClanGen. I've seen all strawberries. I don't think strawberries are a thing. I've seen raspberries and blackberries. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Okay, so in terms of our patrols, we're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 5, and whoever the queen goes out on patrol with, whichever warriors she goes out in, her right hand is not included. Those are the cats that she's kind of singled out as potential mentors for her daughter, because that's right, this concerns her own daughter. So let's see. The first group out. Okay. So this is the group that she's not really considering, the first group of 6 to go out, but Garlic Glow will be keeping an eye on them in case the queen's not so impressed with the cats she's selected for her daughter. So we have Garlic Glow, we have Quill Runner, who is loyal and good at fighting. We have Flare Freckle, who's playful, good at fighting. Inkfeather is loyal, good at teaching. River Whistle is nervous and clever. Foxclaw is sneaky, good at climbing and speaking, so we'll send them out, see what they get up to. The rain seems a constant, unceasing beat, punctuating the steps of the hunting patrol as they march towards their hunting ground. But there's one less set of footsteps than there should be. Garlic Glow can't see Foxclaw in the watery haze. Proceed. The patrol backtracks. Foxclaw is found, huddled under a bush. He lost the path and sight of his clanmates, but sensibly remained put. It's one more obstacle in a miserable day of hunting. They return with prey, but it's exhausting and barely worth the effort. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a small amount of prey is brought to camp, which is good for us. And nobody really stood out, but one cat, I think, stood out in the wrong sort of way, which was Foxclaw. So Foxclaw really is not, like, in this case at least, mentorship material. Definitely not for the little kitten right now, because he got lost, and if he gets lost, how's he gonna guide an apprentice, you know? Okay, and now we have a patrol of 5. So we have Cinnamon Tail, who is confident and good at camp keeping and speaking. Freezefur, who is strict and good at caretaking. We have Bearpelt, who is shameless, good at teaching and swimming. Shining Stripe, who is righteous, good at law keeping and caretaking. And then of course we have the Queen herself, who's going to be keeping an eye to see who stands out. Let's see. As the patrol crunches through the dead leaves littering the woods, Bearpelt explains an idea he had for squirrel hunting. It sounds a little strange, but perhaps it could work. Okay, so Bearpelt might stand out, or he might screw it all up. Let's have a look. Bearpelt suggests baiting the squirrels with food and picking them off when they come out to eat. It's pretty tedious and they end up having to move a few times, but it does work, and the patrol heads home with a decent amount of prey. A medium amount of prey is brought to camp, look at that! So Bearpelt definitely stood out in this patrol, which means he's probably the most suitable cat to be mentoring Fierce Kit. However, we know that there is there's I think a personal grudge right now, or I don't know if we could say he's on the best terms with Queen Rainstar, because we know that Queen Rainstar has her eyes set on Bearpelt's new mate Hemlock, who she's paired him up with, but now she's interested in. And I don't know, if she does end up picking Bearpelt as the new mentor, I could kind of see how that would be her way of maintaining that relationship, but keeping Bearpelt distracted enough so maybe she can spend more time with Hemlock. I don't know, because like Hemlock's a royal physician, so it's not like they can go on patrols together. They already have different duties, and this is going to make Bearpelt busier, and the only time really they're going to get together is during matchmaking. The rest of the time, you know, Queen Rainstar might be able to spend with Hemlock because Hemlock is in the Queen's court. Ooh, we have strategies happening, but currently we have 120.9 prey. So okay guys, with that said and done, I am gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.